Well, this car was based on a Mustang. It just wasn't practical for the baby boomers in those days to have a two-door car and throw the kids in the back seat. It was just too awkward. Ford scrapped it. They didn't go ahead with the manufacturing of it. I just said it was a shame that it just didn't go on the production line because, yeah, I reckon I would have owned one, an original one. My name's Delaveris, retired motor mechanic, and I still work on my own cars. Reading the Wheels magazines, and this article come up with this 68, 69 XT Coupe GT. It was a concept car. Yeah, I just fell in love with the car. Said, well, geez, I hope they produce this car because it'll probably kick the out of Holdens and Bathurst. Basically forgot about the car until about 2009, driving up to Bathurst to watch the race live. We pulled into a service centre and grabbed a Australian Muscle Car magazine, flipping through it, and there was the car again. And I said, right, when we get back to Melbourne, I'm going to go and buy a two-door Falcon Coupe and start a replica XT GT Coupe. I like driving the car like it's old school. You can feel everything, the steering, the power, the handling's really good. It's just a pleasure to drive. It just sits the road really well. Real cruiser, absolutely love it. Sometimes on a weekend I'll just jump in if it's a nice day, cruise up the highway, drive for about 2 or 3 hours, make a U-turn and come back home. It's not a race car, it's not a drag car, it's just a nice car to enjoy, and it just pushes you in the seat. You've got to hang on to the steering wheel because it just, the momentum of the car, just the inertia, it's just phenomenal. When you accelerate with the car just lifts at the front, just launches, it just goes like the bat out of hell. I liked the colour of the car when it was first introduced into the magazine, and that's the colour I wanted the car to be. There was a colour that Ford's already had, and I think Al Turner was playing around with the colour in the paint shop until they come up with a colour that he thought was a liking to him. It's the Bronzie Goldie brown. So you make heads or tails out of that one. Couldn't have been anything else other than mechanic. I used to be under cars probably at the age of 7 or 8 years old. Had the passion from then. Started off pumping petrol from my brother. He had a service station and workshop. He offered me an apprenticeship, doing all mechanical repairs here with my brother. Holden was the best, because we made more money in Holden because they broke down more often. The original cars doesn't exist, trashed by Fords in the days. My car's full rebuild, nut and bolt, stripping right down, mechanical, bodywork, spray painting, the whole kit and caboodle I do myself. The engine is a 351 Windsor. It's got a stroker kit, 427, with alloy heads, roller cam and roller rockers. The transmission is a top loader, 4-speed, close ratio. It runs a 9-inch differential, limpy slip in it. Produces approximately around about 500 horsepower. The detail is very important to me. I'm very particular. Wanted to make sure that the car was spot on. Yeah, it's got all the GT braking system on it, the GT XW stripes, Super Roo stripes on it, XY shaker on the bonnet, and the XY rear spoiler on the boot. Inside the car is the XT GT dash and interior, except for the front seats. The front seats are Mach 1 Mustang. The cloth trim was sourced from America. The original concept car, that was how it was made and made to look. Yeah, blue blood, mate. The blue runs through my veins. Been a Ford man for years, ever since I started my apprenticeship. We used to go past the Ford factory all the time, have a look at all the different models they were producing and bringing out. My brother used to sometimes go past there, and he used to come back and he used to say, oh look, they got the XT or the XW or the XY or the XA sitting out there, and next thing you know, I'll be jumping in my car and going up there, going past and having a look. Disappointed that Ford's stopped producing the Falcon in Australia. Brought up with them and being in your blood and in your family for so many years, it's a bit of a letdown. We've still got the old classics, mate. We can still play around with them. Cars drive me. I'm very passionate with building them, bringing them back to their glory. The old vehicles and the Falcons. Back in the days with the GT-HOs, the Phase 3s, 2s, 1s, driven all of them, worked on all of them. They're just a phenomenal car. They're just, the power is superb, grunty, muscly, you know, and it just takes you back in those days, you know. Just brings back memories, good memories.